And here we are. It's me, Redbeard, Dungeon Master, for Zeitgeist, the Gears of Revolution, KrakenQuest, the Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition campaign. Set in the Zeitgeist... What's the name of it?
It has a name.
Yeah, it does have a name.
Because you said it like 3 times.
Like ever.
In the whole campaign. And every time I'm like, what the fuck does that word mean?
Anyway.
Risk-reverse.
That's just country. Anyway.
No, the risk-reverse is the whole universe.
Is that like Randland?
Oh, I was thinking it was like Roshar in the Roshar system on the Roshar planet.
Oh, sure. That makes more sense. Because the planet was actually named. Anyway.
Langier.
Langier, that's right.
I looked it up.
With us as always, we have Sam playing the illustrious Jack.
In this video essay, I will discuss how BioShock Infinite and The Last of Us 2 are the worst told stories I've ever played.
Wow.
I mean...
You bored us all to death.
Maybe you should actually make that video essay.
You know,
yeah, maybe.
You got a camera? You got a new mic? Do it.
Yeah.
But don't forget to put, like, anime pictures in front of your face.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
We'll also have next to him, Catherine, playing the illustrious Mina.
Hi, howdy. Mina's gonna be a firecracker tonight.
Oh, boy.
Real life, right? Spot.
Because Mina, you're a fire. Okay, I'm done with that.
And there went the viewer.
James playing the illustrious
think they're
Elfairy.
I be liking the taste of rot now. I drink swamp water.
You're a zombie.
Nobody said that.
Nobody. I said it like 9 times last week.
Oh, sorry. Nobody that matters said that.
Thank you.
And over there we have Carter playing the illustrious Zeodor.
I don't matter.
Is that what illustrious means? Because I'm pretty sure you just said that about Mina, too.
That's not what illustrious means.
I was wondering if anyone would notice. I couldn't think of any other adjectives. Anyway.
Oh, I noticed. I just wasn't going to say anything. Jeez.
Okay, sorry. I wasn't sure if anyone would address that.
I did.
Thank you. Anyway. I think we're all feeling a little punchy tonight.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, last time on Zeitgeist, our constables had made their way back to the city from a swamp that they were, I think, happy to be away from.
Fuck that place.
Mostly
we went home and nothing bad and nothing else bad happened.
Yeah.
Jack didn't get
answer
arrested.
the question at the end of the session. Are we still vulnerable to psychic damage?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Forgot to look into that. Just say yes until further notice.
Fuck.
No, just say no until further notice.
Should probably figure out how that works. So the thing is, when they adapted the Distant Madness, spoiler alert, you guys have Distant Madness.
You told us about it.
When they adapted it from 4th edition, had this really cool disease system that I don't know if any of you ever used because it almost never got used.
Yeah,
but it was actually really nifty.
No use. You would use it.
Yeah, so you had like chances of it either getting worse or getting better depending on different conditions. And when they adapted this, they mentioned how you contract it in 5th edition, but never mentioned anything about recovery. So I need to look back and see what it was like in 4th edition and either come up with...
So, wait, this is a disease?
Yes.
Or are we aware that we're sick?
I don't know, James.
I got a spell and get rid of diseases.
Like I said, I need to look into it. I'll get
Chris, I play D&D to escape reality.
Cool. Glad to hear that.
Okay,
I mean, Ilferi escaped reality. Ilferi escaped reality so hard he died. And now he's a zombie.
I got better.
Did you?
You got
Yeah.
zombie. You got
No,
zombie.
now I
Is
just
that
find
better?
tastes in things that are counterculture.
Is that better than being a zombie, really? When you think about
No,
it?
hipsters are worse than death.
Wow.
Okay, yeah. But also Jack got arrested, which feels like a
Yeah.
big deal.
Oh yeah. That was neat.
And none of us knows about it.
Right,
Yeah.
because I went with Zeodor for some reason.
And I went to bed.
And our plan was to meet up back at headquarters the next day, so I'm hoping somehow someone else hears about it and tells us. But as far
Guys
as...
do the whole rest of the campaign. Man, when's Jack gonna get back, guys?
Jesus,
All right.
what?
Dad left for cigarettes 8 years ago.
Well, let's jump into character and see where that goes.
I rolled a 9.
Good. You walk in the office at 9 in the morning.
Okay, I'm late.
Just kidding.
Zedor was taking a long ass shower.
Probably, yeah.
Like,
Probably needed.
When you guys do get to your office, Delft is there waiting for you, and Jack is not.
What's his rank compared to us? I forgot the title that we're supposed to use. Officer?
Assistant Chief Inspector, I think is his official
I just
title.
call him sir.
wasn't
Assistant
sure if
Chief
there was an
Inspector Stover Delft. Yep. That's correct. I found his thing on the roll20.
Wow, using those resources. Amazing.
Morning, Assistant Chief Inspector.
Morning. You
You
guys
seem
might want to...
particularly sour.
Yeah, some shit happened while you were away.
Ooh, what sort of shit?
Well, why don't you come with me down to the holding cells and, we'll figure this out.
Of course. We follow Delph.
Or I guess it may make more sense to just go to one of the, interrogation rooms.
Okay. We go to an interrogation room.
And waiting there is Jack in
I
cuffs.
tip my hat.
Where were you on the night of the 5th?
Ilferi, we don't know why we're here.
With
Oh.
us at a ziggurat.
Also that.
Good.
Yeah. Exactly. You guys can attest you're out of town the whole time since I last saw you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Certainly.
We took a train to Bull.
We got tickets to show it.
It's true.
Anything of note
It was-
happened before you left?
No.
We told you that we spoke with Sambria Meredith. Because that's why we were going to the Bull. We told you about the smuggler.
And then
Nothing we
Sandra came back and remembered where their dig site was.
The name, Thomas Linden mean anything to any of you?
Thomas Linden.
Is that a tiefling with the horns like this?
No.
No, that was Bergeron. Does the name Thomas? Carter does not remember. Does the name Thomas Linden mean anything to us?
It doesn't sound familiar to you.
Down.
No, sir. I can't say that it does. Should it?
I was hoping not. And he pulls out a envelope, places it on the table in front of you all.
I'll take a peek.
Someone want to read this aloud?
I didn't notice it.
Jack, thank you for taking care of Lyndon for me. As agreed, find the 400 gold pieces along with this letter. I also want to thank you for dealing with Katja. She was starting to be quite the nuisance, and I am glad to have her out of my hair. I look forward to working with you more in the coming days. Kel.
Damn it! Did you?
Delph takes a puff of his cigarette, looks at Jack.
As far as I remember,
Did you say his name was Thomas?
Delph nods. He was found, day after you left, shot with a, seemed to be a incendiary round of some sort. Seems pretty sloppy for framing. This was found in your home, Jack.
we went to my house.
Well,
It
yeah.
could have been Jack, though. He was with us the whole time. He was certainly with us on the train. Even if he had managed to sneak away, it's impossible he could have gotten back in time.
Yeah.
I believe you.
Why did you search my house?
Well, truth be told, the chief has been running his audit, as you know, and part of that has been to be following up on any suspicious activity that the agency might come across.
When was he found?
Stuff looks down at his papers. Morning of the 4th.
Morning of the 4th? We were in Bowl. We were talking, I think Jack talked to Shayla. Shelia?
No, Fairy did, if I remember correctly.
Well, who did Jack talk to? Doesn't matter, you were with me and we were in Bowl on the 4th.
Yeah.
When was he thought to have been killed?
Where were we on the 3rd?
On the 3rd, we were on a train. A 10 to 12 hour train ride to Bowl.
Delph nods. Seems pretty solid. Like I said, this is pretty sloppy work for Cal. He's not the brightest bulb in the bunch.
Makes me wonder if it wasn't Kel.
Yeah. I can also account for his whereabouts on almost all of the 2nd.
Anyone else you might have ticked off lately?
Yes. We tried to bring him here.
The tiefling with horns like this.
Caius Bergeron.
Oh yeah. You guys haven't heard about him yet.
No, what happened?
Found dead. In his hotel.
What?
That's it.
Oh,
In his hotel room.
Mhm.
When?
Pulls out another stack of papers. What's today?
the 10th? Nope, the 10th.
Oh,
It's the 10th.
these have been blurring together. I died. You know,
We have a lot of reports
You
to write.
died?
We have a
Don't
lot
worry
of reports to write.
I got better. It's fine. It's fine.
Well, he was found just yesterday, but seemed to think that it happened a few days ago. A lot of catching up to do.
Yes.
Shit.
I have a suspicion that wait, the case is still active with us. We have a number of leads that have brought us back here. I have a suspicion that we may be tailing whoever killed Bergeron, and it's given the proximity in time, it may be related to this Thomas Linden as well.
Wouldn't be too surprised. But, probably get down there and, figure out what exactly happened with him. See if you can turn up anything relevant to your case. Don't worry about things with Jack. I'll clear things up with, Saxby and Hill.
I thought I'd be in jail for a session. I was going to go with that.
What? You said that you searched Jack's home because of suspicious activity. Did you search all of our homes? Or did something make you suspicious of Jack?
You're saying you as if it was my decision, but, yeah,
I meant the RHC.
they've been searching all of the agents' homes, trying to turn up anything with this, suspicion of, corruption after what happened with the mayor. They've got their eye on everyone.
They're worried about corruption. They should be looking at the lead inspectress. I forgot her actual title.
Shelby, or no, Saxby.
Lady
Shelby.
Inspectors, Margaret Saxby.
Lead inspectress.
Yeah. Well, sure they'll get to her.
Don't arrest the guy who has a lot of money.
Well, we can't arrest him now either.
Hell, if we had arrested him, he might have actually been safe.
Right?
Well, our last big arrest seemed to prove that otherwise.
Yeah, but he killed himself. Kind of.
Is Bergeron's case closed, or is it still being investigated?
His case for his murder?
That's the one.
Oh, it's still open.
Is it with us or the police?
Officially the police, but, well, it's probably better for you to see for yourself. They're probably gonna kick it over to us just for the... They don't like dealing with the more difficult cases.
What makes this one so difficult?
Like I said, you should probably get down there and see it for yourself.
All right. We have a meeting scheduled with Zambria Meredith. As soon as we're done with that, we'll head down to check that out. Is the crime scene for the Linden case, is that still open?
No,
Alright.
we already wrapped things up with them, got the whole body processed and, next of kin informed and all that kind of stuff. As far as the case itself, you can probably reasonably skew this back towards Kel. Not that we'd be able to bring him in on it, but
But I'm not even sure that's him.
doesn't matter.
We'll talk to him.
Yeah. Okay, real quick. Do we know how Bergeron died? He was found yesterday. But
You'll see, he says, walking out of the room.
Do we still have the note?
If you'd like to.
Yeah,
He scoops
I
it up
would.
with the other paperwork, but
before you go, Inspector, I would like to, Assistant Chief Inspector, I would like to take a closer look at that note.
Yeah. Sure, by all means.
All right. I have Coco hop down onto the table, and I start fiddling with the optical sensors. This will take a few minutes. I'm going to cast the detect planar energy attuned to which
Bleak.
plane? Not Bleak Gate. The other one. That one. APET.
You're suspecting the same thing I am. Something's up with that letter, in particular.
I suspect that whoever wrote or left this letter, that there is something up with them, and I'm hoping Coco can catch a trace of it.
I'm gonna cast Detect Magic while he's doing that.
Okay. Delph wanders off, leaves you guys with the letter. Says, just slip it under my door when you're done with it. And
Will do, sir.
you guys cast your rituals, and do not detect either magic or APET planar energy on the note.
Bust on this one. But as long as I've got it active. Well, let's go ahead to talk with Zambria Meredith.
Sounds good to me.
I have a feeling we might find something else to look at.
So I'm gonna cast Goodberry. I'm gonna sneak one to Jack. You know, incarcerated and all that. He might not be
Am I
getting good
out
meals.
on the trip, or am I still in jail?
Oh, no, you're good to go.
Oh, never mind then.
That's what I was
I do
saying
still
by...
cast Goodberry. I just hand him out like normal.
Okay. The good berries look more like wrinkled and dried up than usual, though.
Ah, good raisins.
That's weird. Yesterday they were like too sweet. Alright, cool.
So while we're walking to our meeting with Zambria,
Mhm. Yeah.
just guys, not that I want to cast aspersions or anything, but with Kaya's gone, the artifacts are supposed to revert to the school, university.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just saying, the possibility.
What's the possibility?
That Zambria murdered Bergeron.
Oh. Who's Bergeron again?
The one with
That
words
one
like
with
this.
this.
Oh, okay. There's a lot of names flying around. It's hard to keep track of.
There's
them.
like
I'm really
three.
tired.
Also,
Also, I died 3 days ago. I'm still a little hazy.
let us not forget the third body in all of this. The one that died sometime in the summer that the B team called us in to look at. I'm not saying it's connected to all this, but
It could be.
I'm just saying that's another body that's floating around right now.
That could be connected to Kel because of the whole Bleak Gate stuff.
And I still haven't had time to reconstruct that golem to see what it's doing.
Randomly accidentally opened my notebook to the wrong page, and those were the three things that popped out.
It is a busy summer.
All right.
Is he weak?
As we are heading to Zambria Meredith, I've got the ritual going. So, do I notice the trails of APET energy?
Give me a perception check.
So that was a nat 20. and then I bumped the keyboard that landed on it, flipped over to a nat 1. How do you want to roll it? How do you want to roll it?
just ignored everything you said and just been like, I got an at 20.
I considered doing that.
Well, I'm just gonna say that even if we had taken the critical, there is energy swirling around trails leading this way and that. It's really hard to follow here in the city, but you do notice a trail once you get closer to the campus. You start to pick it up, leading towards Zambria's apartment.
So pretty much exactly what we expected.
Probably more or less.
All right. Zedor flips the side-mounted monocles back away. No surprises.
Well, I guess be prepared to have to kill her, I guess.
So, same old.
Find out.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced that we need to please the voice of Roth more than whatever else is going on.
I feel like we should probably appease the voice of Rot.
It's far away. I mean, sure they're powerful, but he seemed pretty lazy. I don't know.
I may not be around if we don't.
What do you mean?
He brought me back to life. And said that everything would be fine if we did the task. More or less.
Oh, I didn't know that you talked with him.
Yeah, I kind of needed to know what was going on. You guys heard from him directly. I was dead. Figured check up on it. See how I lived.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So, I think we should pay attention to it, personally.
We'll take a look. I mean, it's also possible that if it's just some type of curse. Yeah, curses can be broken. We'll figure it out. Either way, we're here.
I feel like it's all connected to the
You are
door.
here.
Knock knock.
No response.
Is the door open?
No.
We're coming in!
Well, we should perhaps give her a moment. She may be getting dressed.
She would have said something, right?
I would hope so.
We're coming in!
All right.
There are entirely too many dead bodies for us not to open this door right now.
We both respect your privacy by knocking, but asserting our authority as RHC members by coming in anyway.
I thought the same thing.
Okay.
The door's locked.
I will unlock the door.
Okay.
That is, let me check. I think that's 21. No, that's a 24.
Okay.
I forgot. I'm an expert in thieves' tools.
Zeodor barely brushes the lock and it snaps open. Revealing an apartment that looks abandoned. There's nobody inside. Looks like there's some sort of scuffle. There's some furniture knocked about. But there are strong Apet energies hanging about here.
Great.
Is there a distinct trail leading in and out?
Oh yeah.
Or is it just... Okay. So there is a distinct recent trail?
Fairly recent. I mean,
Can I see which way it goes?
in
Or is
that-
there just like too many trails to figure it out?
Yeah, like there's there are trails coming in and out of here several times, so it's hard to really focus on one.
Okay.
Well, we might as well search the place,
That's what I thought.
see what happened.
Investigation.
I would like to aid another on Theodore.
I investigate with a 19.
I get an 18.
Okay.
Is that with the advantage?
You guys poke around a little bit. You do notice, obviously, the door was locked. The windows also seem to be locked and nothing broken.
Probably television.
There's no signs of no signs of where Zambria might have gone. The scuffle doesn't seem to, like, it didn't like break a hole in the wall or anything. There's just like some furniture knocked over, that sort of thing.
Does it seem like the scuffle was recent? Like, could it have been last night, or was it more likely a few days ago?
Looks like it probably happened within 24 hours. Maybe 48 hours at most.
She might have been taken to that other temple.
There's a lot of possibilities at the moment. We should talk to Dr. Weber.
Yeah.
I had a vision of her opening a portal in a temple
Shit.
last night. I didn't think that it would be relevant like this.
We need to talk to Dr. Weber. See if he had contact with Zambria last night after we talked to him.
Yeah.
To the museum!
As you turn to leave, you actually also notice that there is a note slipped under the door, signed.
Thanks for taking Kaja for me.
Left in dozens of houses around.
Basically to the effect of, sorry I missed you, most have already gone to bed, the constables wanted to speak to you in the morning, hopefully that's okay with you, signed Weber.
Well, that answers that question.
Yeah.
Alright.
We should go talk to Weber.
I don't think we really need to at this point.
He could have slipped that under there to cover his ass.
Impossibility, but it seems unlikely. I think our time might be better spent heading to Bergeron's crime scene and looking for a connection.
Fair enough.
Okay.
But we'll take the note and evidence.
Sure.
Perhaps we'll need to talk to Weber later.
Alright, so you guys are heading over to the Silver Swan.
Again, as we were walking.
Oh yeah, that's that place we robbed.
Yeah. You got arrested last night.
Mhm.
Did you actually get to talk to Rock before that happened?
Yeah.
Anything?
He's definitely been to a temple somewhere up.
Where's Hilaire?
He may have gone to the morning.
Do you think he got his gun from the temple? All your guys' shit is gold.
That's what I was thinking.
He didn't
Aren't
go
the only temples you know about in Restore and Bear?
lying, motherfucker.
Yeah, but those
Yes.
more.
I mean, I've been considering that pretty much since we saw the staff turn gold, but none of the. To be fair, points to one of the artifacts. When they're not in use, they aren't just wood, and none of them are encrusted with gems the way his is. So
Guns are also a pretty recent invention. I don't imagine people called the ancients would have that technology.
to say, to be honest,
Pretty advanced match systems in the temple we saw. Saying don't count them out. Or it's possible to build around an artifact.
Right.
or even that his gun is not a gun as we understand it, but some other form of magical propulsion.
Mine do.
Just bringing it up. It's a gold weapon. Gold weapons. Whatever. Okay.
It's also possible he was inspired by what he saw there.
Either way, he's seen some things. Definitely knows more than he's letting off.
Well, yeah, because he said he went to the moon, and that's definitely not true. Probably.
Sounds more reasonable every day.
It does seem distinctly possible that he may have had some form of contact with us. Given our recent run-ins and sudden and unexpected contacts with different planes, I'm less skeptical than I once was. Also, I don't like a pet.
Gee, why ever not?
Because I ran 400 meters down a 20-foot hallway.
What is your problem? You're having some conversion issues with your.
I meant to say feet both times, but I was just stuck in Theodore's brain for a moment.
All right. So you guys arrive at the Silver Swan Inn. There's still some cops weaving in and out. So it's not too hard to find the place in case you forgot which room it was.
I asked one of the officers to show me to the room because we've never been there before.
One of the cops agrees, leads you down the hallway, and
I like the weasels they got on the walls here. It's very decorative.
says, "Hope none of yous are squeamish or anything."
We've seen a lot. We've seen a lot, I'll put it that way.
Fair enough. He opens the door, and box text. The room is
Oh god, it's a wall of box text.
The room is in startlingly good condition for a scene of a grisly murder. The dead tiefling lies on the bed, blood trails from his mouth onto the sheets below. His desk is covered with letters and loose papers. A large bureau stands in the corner, and a traveling trunk sits next to it. The only openings other than the door are two glass-paned windows on the wall. They must be very tightly insulated, because the stench of the dead body didn't seep out. That's all.
Okay, is there an I might have zoned out there for a moment, but I didn't hear like an obvious cause of death in there.
I mean, blood leaking from his mouth.
Sure, that points to possibly an internal injury of some kind, but
moving in closer, you see that his lower jaw has been unhinged.
oh, that's not good.
And if you lean in,
Cause for it, like force trauma, or like
as you lean in closer to look, Jack, you see that there's been a gaping hole torn through the soft palate of his mouth.
Like, up towards the brain?
Yeah.
How big of a hole are we talking? Are we talking, like, fist-sized hole, or are we talking, like, drill-sized hole?
Probably like somewhere between there, maybe 1 to 2 inches in diameter.
So, like, rail spike hole?
Like a finger.
Bigger, probably bigger than a rail spike. Maybe about that size.
Is there an exit wound on the top of the head?
No.
Just brain still there.
No.
Oh, that's new.
Yeah.
We have
Wait a minute. Yeah, there was a news report about this.
killer in town doing this.
Shit. Right.
Well,
Can you bring us any information on the murders with the people who had their brains removed? To the cops that are there.
while everyone else is searching the room, I'm going to retune Koku again.
Okay.
To look for 8-bit energy.
Okay. That takes another 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Yep.
All right. Wow. All right. Anyone else doing stuff while he's doing that?
I was asking the cops about the other murders that where like the brains got removed. Since we know that they happened before.
That was in the news.
Yeah.
So there were 5 previous victims. Police haven't been able to determine any connection between the victims, aside from the cause of death.
What can you tell us about each of the victims? Other than there's nothing in common, maybe this draws a line between them all?
They give you a dossier, or I mean, it will probably take some time. Like, this might be something you'd have to go to the station to get, but or somebody can run off and, or one of the you can send a cop off to maybe get that for you with a favor or something.
Yeah, I'll do that. Let's see, what kind of favor would that be? Where are the fucking favors?
Jack and Mina,
Yeah.
what are you guys doing?
I was gonna keep searching the room.
All right.
And after he's done doing that, I'm gonna search the body, like, rifle through his pockets and shit.
All right. Each of you can give me investigation checks.
23.
13.
All right, Jack. You look around the room. The windows each have secure latches with locks, and the frames are lined with thread of gold. There's some papers scattered about the desk. Just let me know if you want to look more into that. There's a wardrobe that's unlocked. If you want to look into that.
Take a glance at those papers first.
All right. There's a map of Langier unrolled on the desk. There are 2 stars drawn within circles on the map.
Fuck.
One of them is located in southern Rasur.
What is the lyric?
The whole place.
And the other is located in Bear.
Fuck.
Looks to be maybe a couple 100 miles northwest of Sea Ambrosia, off the coast. And there are coordinates written there as well. Next to the map, there's some notes about the ancients.
Such as.
If you want to spend some time looking through that, then I can jump over to Mina.
Too bad. Get smart.
What was your investigation on the body?
13.
Okay. There are no other signs of injury beside the obvious. There's a gold ring on his right pinky. There doesn't seem to be anything else like on his person of note. He seemed to have been like getting ready for bed. He's not like wearing he doesn't have anything in his pockets like he was out for the day or anything.
Alright.
Never mind on that paper. I don't think we need it.
I would also like to
The
pull
guy who like
Theodore.
started to run off like stops and looks back at you questioningly.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna find anything. Never mind.
What were you saying?
I'd like to pull Theodore's head real quick. And, like, quiet and away from any other cops. So,
Yep.
does it look cleaner than when you left it? Was there anything in here that you needed to look at that you didn't get a chance to before? Like,
There is one thing I want to check as soon as I'm done with this.
okay, but it doesn't look like trash, right? Like, it doesn't look like it happened right after these guys were there?
No, getting the timeline from the officers, they've traced it back to, seems like it happened on the 7th. That was when you guys were already well on your way.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I think it was when you might have been on your way back.
I think that was, the day that we finished in the temple.
Yeah, we were in the ziggurat on the 7th.
That was the day Alferi died.
Mm-hmm.
That's the day we'll be in
Now
the
I get a
milestone.
birthday and a death day.
Never are forget.
Okay, Zeodor, the detect Apet energy spell finishes, and you're like almost overwhelmed with the scent of Apet, which seems very prevalent in this room.
Is there a distinct trail?
Give me a
Leading
perception check.
into... Yep. Okay, it's a 13.
Hard to pin down exactly what the point of entry might have been.
Can I detect a trail leading out? Like, could I maybe see which way they went?
You look out, like, the hallway, and you don't seem to see any trail there.
Any trail out the windows?
You open the window and look out, and you see about the same like diffused smell of trails that you've kind of seen all over the city outside.
Okay, and the energy doesn't seem to be lingering on any specific thing in the room, as far as I can tell.
Mostly on Bergeron's body. And a little bit around the desk.
Okay.
Anything we should check out, Theodore?
Pretty much what we expect. The energy seems to be coalescing around the body and the desk. And Jack's currently checking out the desk, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, particularly the papers on the desk.
I want to go. I want to search around, and I would like to search the wardrobe.
Oh, with false
There was,
bottom?
there was a wardrobe, and inside the wardrobe was a chest, and inside that chest was a false bottom that we didn't get to open last time. I want to see if that chest is still there.
Okay. You open the wardrobe, and there's some fine clothes, and the trunk in the base.
I open up the trunk.
It's locked.
Not for long.
I'm going to turn to one of the officers. Was a key found for the trunk that's in the wardrobe here?
The officers say, "Oh, I don't think so. We can check with the innkeeper." They kind of bumble about for a few minutes and basically come up with a no.
All right. Well, I'll try to crack it, see if there's anything inside that could help point us to what happened here. I guess it wasn't a robbery.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try to crack that safe. Rolling metal dice. Good idea. That's a 24.
All right. You pop open the trunk. There's you were
Everybody
I can't remember how much you grabbed when you grabbed things last time.
Theodore doesn't remember either because it was just shove stuff in bag, probably drop stuff on floor because we just wanted to make it look like a smash and grab.
So yeah, looks like there's still, a number of gems, some scrolls, jewelry, coin, in the chest.
I'm going to snap at the most junior-looking officer here, and just say, "Hey, you there, catalog these."
He bumbles over and just starts like grabbing things and like writing down on a notepad.
Is the false bottom is still in place? I take it.
Yep.
Okay.
And one thing you didn't notice before, there, I think last time you noticed there was like some magical energies.
Yeah.
But in the proper lighting, you notice that there's a rune etched on the lock.
Can I decipher the rune?
Sure, give me
Or-
Arcana.
Not great. So 12?
It's a rune that you've seen before, stands for fire.
Does it match the rune that we saw in the temple?
No.
Oh,
But I
yeah, I was thinking that
recognize
for a
it
second there too.
Yeah,
I
I
was like,
recognize it
oh!
as some form of fire rune.
A pretty generic, like, used by practitioners of the arts.
Okay.
Oh, I think I remembered that happening. Hey, do you want me to take care of that?
Well, I'm just going to, because Zedor is of course discovering all of these things right now, and is therefore going to be logging them into evidence because these are new discoveries. And I was going to say, Jack, Ilferi, there seems to be some kind of magical lock. Either one of you want to take a look?
I could just get rid of it if you'd like.
That'd be ideal. We're looking for evidence, and there doesn't seem to be anything in here yet.
Alright, I'm gonna Sky use blessing myself. And it's a fucking nat 20!
Nice.
Nice.
So I'm gonna cast a spell of magic at the chest, and
Okay.
my ability check is a nat 20
All right.
plus
The
3. So,
the rune glows red for a moment and then fades away.
And did you say that there was also a mundane lock on it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to try to crack the mundane lock.
Okay.
That's a nat 20 for a 29.
Okay. You pop open the lock.
we weren't pressed for time this time. It was very easy.
You pop open the false bottom and discover an empty compartment.
Doesn't seem right.
No one traps a lock on a false bottom in a chest if it's meant to be empty.
Search it.
Okay.
I'm just gonna put my hands in there. Like,
Okay.
maybe there's invisible stuff in there.
Okay. There's no invisible stuff. Don't feel anything.
Another false bottom.
I was about, is there another false bottom? I'll investigate or whatever it is. Perception?
Sure.
I have a feeling that that perhaps this was some form of robbery.
16?
Okay. You don't find anything unusual. No false bottom in the false bottom. Or anything of that nature.
Yeah, when there's a false bottom under the false bottom of the chest, that's when you know your DM's just fucking with you.
There's always another secret.
It's completely empty. I don't feel anything. There's no false bottom. It's trapped and locked.
Actually, looking at it further, doesn't as you examine it more, that doesn't seem like what you disabled was a trap, but a magical latch.
What do you mean?
Like it was part of the lock. There was a magical lock.
Made of fire? I guess? Whatever. Double locked. At the very least.
And there,
So, like, if someone did come in here and rob them, they also knew how to double lock this.
or they had the key. Which would also explain why no one else has found it. So, we have no way of knowing what was in here, but whatever it was, obviously was important based on the number of locks it had. Jack, what have you found in those papers? Because we've been fucking around for a while, so figure.
Well, let me tell you what I found in these papers.
It seems to be some of the notes gathered by the archaeologists at the dig site. Some other kind of general essays and notes on the ancients. But as you glance through it, there doesn't really seem to be anything that you didn't already know.
Fortunately, nothing we didn't already know. Some mundane dig site stuff, ancient notes, but nothing that's relevant.
Anything else on or in the disc?
Let's see. I open the desk.
Nope.
A gun!
I mean, neat!
Keep it away from me.
Nothing more than what I've already mentioned.
Cool. No, that's it for over here.
So someone came in.
Every interact button, it just keeps giving me the same text.
Someone came in. Just ate this guy's brain, or took it, whatever. Took what was in this double locked chest, looked at these notes, and left? Is that what we're gathering?
Possibly. It's hard to say. Whatever was missing from here could have been missing even before that. I'm going to assume that these bumbling idiot cops didn't do their job properly, and I'm going to search Bergeron's body to see if he had anything on him.
Okay.
Or see if he still has anything on him.
I mean, I did that. I sucked at it, but I did it.
Yes, she did.
Oh, sorry, I missed when you did that. Never mind then.
The only thing she found was a ring. A golden,
Sorry, I must have zoned out for a second.
a golden pinky ring.
Yeah, but that's pretty common with nobility to keep them from getting teleportation kidnapped.
Keep them from getting banned.
Is there anything I forgot the description of the room from last time. Is there anything we haven't searched?
No, not really.
Well, I guess that's everything we can get from here, right?
Yes, we know that something was missing. It certainly has something to do with the
Can I
person we were tracking, and
can I
it also has something to do with brains.
can I detect magic his body just get see if it was magical means that sucked his brain out?
Yeah, good call.
Sure.
Cool. Cast detect magic on his body.
There don't seem to be any lingering magical effects. No,
Okay.
lasting spells or anything. No.
Detect magic action on yourself so you can do a quick sweep of the whole place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's to self, and then you see everything within a 30-foot cone.
It gives you magic vision.
Yeah, from here, I don't think you see much of anything.
There was a magical lock.
Mm-hmm. The only thing I would have mentioned.
More and more things are pointing to Cedoresia, or near there, anyways.
Well, we're definitely going to have to go there, but I mean, we're either well, actually, we can't take a train there, can we? Because we could take a train to the mountain. I'm making sure that I, Carter, understand this correctly. We could take a train to the mountains that divide Reeser and Bear, but we couldn't take a train all the way out to Sea of Brescia. We'd have to either get some other transportation from the mountains there, or we'd have to take a boat from Flint
Yeah,
around.
the mountains you would pretty much have to cross on foot. So, ship would be,
Boat would be the fastest
way.
option. Yes, but it's a long trip, so I want to make sure that we close any everything that we've got open in Flint before we get on the boat.
I get that. I'm just also concerned about time.
Understandable. But I would like to know for sure who we were racing.
I'm not sure, but it's very connected to Zambria, if I can read my visions properly.
Does anybody have anything else they want to do in the room? Because otherwise, I think we're done.
No, I think we're done.
Yeah, I'm done here.
Okay.
So, I guess we should have this conversation in character as we are leaving the Swan. So, where to next?
I have no idea.
We could try talking to Rock Rackus. We could try to get more information on whoever is taking brains.
Seems like a good one. What if we split? Let's investigate this serial killer. Let's Mina and somebody else go talk to Rock. But me and Theodore look into this killer,
Sure thing.
Sure.
and Bill Ferry go talk to.
Okay.
Let's go talk to the Moon Man.
So we can do both back at headquarters.
It's not a heck. Just the...
All right. Who wants to go first?
Boom.
I'll do it. Well, Mina and I can go talk to the Moon Man.
All right.
I'm going to get a drink of water.
All right, Etheri and Mina, you make your way down to the precinct. Don't know if Jack had a chance to mention it, but when you guys arrive there's a large crowd of people that's kind of organized, demanding justice for Rock Rackus. A lot of dockers involved. They seem to kind of be holding him up as like a figurehead of their movement. Things occasionally get violent, and then the police have to step in and restore the peace. Some of them recognize you guys actually, and some of them call you things like government stooges, or, heckle you for helping to put away their, person? What's the word I'm looking
Hero?
for? Sure, hero.
Government stooges, they call to the two least loyal people in the group.
Least loyal.
I'm loyal.
I'm super loyal.
Oh, right. Sorry. For some bizarre reason, my brain told me that it was Ilferi and Jack going in. I have no idea why. My brain just kind of like weird. I don't know.
I did say Jack's name somewhere in that description, so
In case Jack forgot. Or
yeah.
Okay,
didn't have a chance to
maybe that was it.
Got
Yeah.
incarcerated.
No, I
could forget because, man, it felt like he spent a whole week in that cell.
because Theodore and Mina are the two super loyal ones.
I took that loyalty test. I'm loyal.
So did I.
No, we're
Are
all
you
loyal.
loyal? Yes.
God. I don't like these people.
Yeah, well.
We've
Can't
been
you
spending all this time
plebeians
trying
just
to
go
figure out-
home and stop doing things?
We've spent all this time trying to figure out what happened, trying to get them off. They're calling us government stooges.
Yeah, well, they don't know any better.
Ugh. Whatever. Let's go talk to this Martian or whatever.
The Martian.
I don't know.
What's a
I
Mars?
heard it in a book one time.
It's a person who's a part of the medieval and Renaissance society.
Hmm. Makes sense. What's the Renaissance?
The Martians are a people of
All right.
now.
That's where the martini comes from.
So you guys go in, you talk to the desk sergeant, they begrudgingly let you back in to talk to Rakrakis. He's working on another new song, kind of humming to himself.
Very comfortable accommodations for a suspected murderer. Not that we think you did it. I'm just a little surprised.
More constables. Welcome.
Hi, Rock.
I talked to your friend last night. He wasn't very talkative, but
Yeah, he's not the chatty one.
Nope, that's us. That's why they sent us. We're gonna talk.
did he tell you about how you guys are gonna solve my future murder?
Your future.
Like you're gonna get murdered in the future?
No, Jack didn't tell. What future murder?
Jack also got arrested, like, immediately after talking to you. Well, at some time after talking to you, anyways.
Well, that's quite interesting. But no, yeah, I had a Skyseer do a vision for me, and he told me that that my future murder would be solved by the constable.
So when you're murdered, we're gonna investigate it.
I guess so.
You're gonna get murdered? You know that you're gonna get murdered now.
Well, I don't think so. I mean, I'm pretty sure I can't die, but if I do, you guys are gonna figure it out for me.
Okay.
Why do you think you can't die? Because I did die, and I came back, but, like, that's different.
Well, there you go. Proves my point right there.
Does it? I know I'm not there, but does it?
I'm sorry. Do you think you did die at one point, but you came back? And
Me?
you can't die again?
No, I haven't died yet.
You haven't died yet.
I mean, honestly, it's just a Skyseer. I mean, what do those guys really know? But
What?
just in case
Really?
he's right, I just want to thank you all for solving my murder.
You say that you've traveled to the planet and you don't believe in sky seers.
I mean, to be fair, we're living in the middle of a Sky Seer's vision right now.
Aren't we always?
Yeah, that's kind of my point.
Skyseer's vision, dream of a windfish, all the same thing.
Okay, so we are going to investigate your future murder. You cannot
Yes, thank you.
die.
Pretty sure.
What? Hold on. I want to back. Why are you sure of that?
Just a hunch I get.
May I shoot you?
I'd rather you not.
It was a fun thing to watch.
I guess it would be real easy for you to solve my murder, though, that way. Are you really just trying to get out of it easy?
No, you said you can't die. So how am I to investigate a murder if you're not dead? So I wanted to shoot you and see if you can be wounded.
Actually, hold on. So, if we're here tomorrow, can we do that tomorrow?
Starting
It'll cost
to,
a little bit of money, but, like, we
starting to-
won't get in trouble for murder if he does die.
What?
I can prepare Revivify. I can bring him back to life within a minute of us killing him.
Where's the legal precedent on that? Has somebody in this world done
He looks at you strange and goes, I'm starting to understand why your friend might have been arrested last night.
No,
It was
that
great,
was a
actually.
different thing that he didn't
Yeah.
do. Oh, which reminds me, we need to talk to that asshole before we leave town. Don't let me forget.
Which asshole? There's a lot of names flying around. Still
Someone
grody.
wrote a note.
Kel?
I was trying not to say
Log.
the suspect, but yeah. cannot die. You have been to the moon where you got a golden gun.
Oh,
And
let's see. Gun, 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 gun.
Oh, we found a keyword.
Gun, 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 gun.
My PDF got closed when my computer reset. And hold on a sec. Easier to search for words on the thing with the stuff.
You thought that was my last burst of energy for the day, or my brain giving up?
real though.
Porque no las dos.
Quite possible.
Yeah. No, not Badger Gun.
Someone find Amy, and then tell her to get her gun.
Oh, you guys are interested in where my gun came from.
You and I have had this conversation before, Rock.
Did we?
This was before he was lauded as the man of the people.
He was really high when you had that conversation last time.
I was the first person to talk, not the first. I was the first person from our group to talk to you after you were arrested. And I told you that I'd come and I'd seen your performances before. Me and my dad thought you were cool. We had talked about you going to the moon and getting a gun. You don't
Honestly, I think you might have picked, like, not a great role model, I'm sorry to say.
I didn't call him a role model. I said I thought he was cool.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't think he's that cool.
Have I told?
Right now.
So have I told you the story about the gun or not?
Go ahead and tell it again.
I wasn't here.
Let's hear something new.
All right.
You haven't told the bird. Tell the bird.
I have a name.
One night,
Really, Old Fairy?
I was feeling a bit bored, so I decided to go adventuring. I pulled out a scroll that I had found on one of my previous adventures and performed the ritual, and found myself in a forest. I heard the sounds of music and women's voices. I followed them into a clearing that was full of some of those fairy-looking creatures. They didn't seem very happy to see me, so and ran away. I chased them through a silver mirror, and on the other side it was daylight, and up in the sky I could see the world. So, you know, the moon. I was brought to court before to stand trial for something. I don't even know what I did wrong. I decided to do trial by combat, and won that by shooting the other guy. And then there was a bunch of lots of pretty fey women and lots of food and drink, and then I woke up back in the woods, and the gun I'd used in the trial was turned to gold and covered in diamonds.
So you didn't get your gun from the moon.
Well, yeah, because I was on the moon, and then when I
You
got
already
back,
had the gun changed on the moon. You did not get the gun from the moon.
it's a technicality.
So, were you able to understand anything of what was going on when you were there, other than you were accused of something?
Not really. They used a lot of big flowery words.
I thought this was the time you cuckolded a fey king.
Yeah. You know, they put me on trial, the king there, and I beat him in the trial.
In front of him?
Huh?
And you had sex with his wife in front of him?
Oh, I mean, that was part of the after part, you know?
So you cuckolded him after you beat his ass in a trial by combat?
Yeah.
I think you might have a cursed gun. I think it might actually be a bad thing.
No, it's a good gun.
That possibly shoots innocent bystanders.
Well,
Look, I shot a powerful magical entity, and I fucked his wife, and he gave me this gun. Clearly, it's good.
And I can't die.
He told me that.
Oh my god.
Maybe you can't die until that fairy guy kills you.
no, that seems fair enough. I just won't use up any more of those ritual scrolls, and I won't go back to the moon. I mean, it was fun and all, but probably not worth the hassle if I'm gonna die.
Have we asked him where he got that ritual scroll?
Not yet. I was about
No,
to.
he said on one of his adventures, but yeah.
Oh, right. So, the ritual scroll, did you get that in the weird ziggurat thing that you found?
Oh, yeah. No, I found that, off in, the ruins of Pala. You ever heard of it? Off in, you might have, Mina, because it was in the Malice Lands.
I am also proficient in history.
Found this, old burnt-out library in the Malice Lands, and, had a bunch of magic scrolls in it. I grabbed a couple, and, sold a few off, kept a few for myself. That was
Do you
actually
have another one?
how I met that burglaring guy. He seemed interested in one of the ones I turned in to sell.
Wait, what guy?
Bergeron.
Bergeron.
You met Bergeron?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I told the guy who came by last night about him. He's the one that hired me to go to that temple.
Right.
Which temple? The one in near Bowl?
No, the other one.
No, it
The
was
one in
off in
Crystal
Crystal
Jack told us about that.
Oh, okay.
Lots of fire. He seemed pretty interested in the big golden disc, but not much else.
So when you went to that temple, did weird stuff happen to you?
Oh, there was plenty of weird stuff.
Time bending stuff, like you walk down a hallway that looks like it's 20 feet, but it takes you half an hour.
No, more like fire. Lots of fire.
Lots of fire. Okay.
Are you familiar with the planets at all? Other than the moon, apparently.
It's the only one I've been to.
Do you know about the other ones?
I've heard a bit about them. I'm not an expert or anything. I'm no sky seer.
I can't even see this guy.
This is 3rd edition.
So do you have any more of those ritual scrolls? You said you weren't going to use them anymore.
I've got them tucked away safe.
Can I get one?
No?
We might need it to investigate your future murder by the Elf King. I mean, the Fairy King.
You think that's who kills me in the future?
Yeah.
That or the guy you upstaged in the opera.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Those are my two theories as of right now.
Yeah.
Do you think they're good theories? Before you're dead. I'm just trying to get a good feel on if you think I'm on the right track.
Look, you're the one solving my murder.
But who would want you dead? Probably that guy, right?
I guess so.
So far. Let us know if you piss anyone else off before you die, please.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So,
Give us a running list.
yeah. Just write it all. Every time you piss someone off, write it down in a book. Keep the book in a safe place. Don't worry, Theodore will find it. Okay. So Bergeron sent you to Crystalier to examine He wanted a giant golden plate from there.
Yes.
Okay. Did you take anything from that place?
There wasn't really much. A couple trinkets brought back and sold off.
But you didn't keep anything?
No.
Shit. Okay. Are you sure I can't shoot you?
Really seems like the lazy way out.
Anyway. You know you got a big old mob outside demanding your release?
Yeah, I'm hoping that works.
Listen, I'm still not real certain what happened that day, but I don't think you intended to hurt anybody, so for what it's worth, I do hope you get out, and I'm doing my best to figure out if you should be let go. But if you are let go, please don't involve yourself in any shootouts that involve law enforcement.
Look, I was just trying to help you all. That
I know you were.
big old monster was pretty scary.
Oh my god. Not the point, Rock!
If you do, you might get arrested again because maybe your gun goes off and hits an innocent person again.
And what are the chances of that?
Maybe high.
If your gun is cursed, pretty fucking high!
You look, or I guess he doesn't have his gun. He said he looks on it, his gun is like, nah, it doesn't feel cursed. No, he doesn't have his gun.
Okay. Is there anything else we need to talk to this guy about?
I
Can't
don't know, he's
die.
fucking loony. Like, haha, went to the moon, loony.
Went to Chrysler.
Hey,
What, loony? Luna? Moon?
I resent that.
No, you resemble that.
Yeah.
Alright, till next time, Rock. If I hear anything, I'll come back.
All
Stay
right.
out of trouble.
I'll make sure to keep that running list for you.
Thank you.
He goes back to humming.
Oh, hey! Cool song. How do you come up with your songs?
You know, just like to base them on events from my many adventures.
So, is this one about being in prison?
Maybe you'll have to wait till my next debut.
Yeah.
But what if you're dead before then?
Then I guess it will have to be my swan song.
Alright, till next time, Rock.
Happy trails.
Bye.
And then someone comes up and arrests you. No.
Hey, so I actually had like a clever
You're
like,
under arrest.
word joke, and he didn't get it, and I'm very disappointed. I never do those.
You did a what?
You did word.
This
You
is
called him a
weird.
loony.
I called him loony,
Oh, I see.
and he didn't even get it, and it was really clever for once.
Actually, I wonder if, like, the moon isn't called Luna. It's called Av, so maybe the term is Avi.
Well, translated properly.
Alright, what were the other two doing in the meantime?
We're looking into that brain serial killer.
It's given how much tracking of serial killers I've done and how much tracking of serial killers you've done is going to go something like this. So, which way are we going?
To look at the police records, see if we can find any connection between victims, which will give us insights into why the killer kills them.
Seems like a place to start.
Down our research.
They haven't been able to find the connection, but kind of glances back at the building. Yeah, there seems to be a lot of things they can't find, so...
Okay. So you guys head down to the police station as well, I suppose. Or, well,
Yep.
I don't know. You might have copies of these back at the RHC office, but let's just say you go down to the police office. You put in requests for the appropriate paperwork, and after some time, they give you a stack of dossiers with information on the victims.
All right. So when did these start?
Sometime in late summer, I believe.
And who was the first victim?
Looking over the victims yourselves, give me an investigation check.
I had to feast. Carter, what'd you get?
19?
Okay, we'll go with that.
You look over the list of victims. They do seem very sporadic. Like, one of them was maybe like a just a general store owner. Another was just a mother. They seem in different parts of town. They all different occupations, different ages. You don't.
Different part of town. Are any of them in the same district, or are they all from different ones?
Mostly. No, it doesn't seem to really be a pattern. Like there's maybe two from one district and the others each from another or something like that.
So it also doesn't seem like it's being evenly spaced or anything.
Right. No real patterns that you can discern.
And they're also all of varying socioeconomic status and all that jazz, yeah?
Yeah.
How long does it seem to be kind of a usual time between kills, or over the map, does it seem to be ramping up?
No, well, I guess it's been at least 10 days since the last one. The others were more closer together than that.
At least 10 days since the last one, excluding Bergeron, right? Because Bergeron was just a few days ago.
I meant including Bergeron. Like, the most recent one including, or the most recent one not including Bergeron was before, was still in the summer. So, it's been at least that long.
Okay.
And they were all fairly recent. All the other ones were at the end of summer, right?
Yeah. In the later
Wait,
half.
I thought we
at the
were in
very
summer.
least.
No, we're in fall. We're in early fall. Right? We're like,
Yeah.
it's like fall 10 right now.
Yeah.
I had the number right in my head. I didn't have the season.
I'm not seeing anything. But you know more about serial killers. Is there something I'm missing?
I don't see a pattern yet. They're all
That-
different people, different walks of life.
So let's assume it is random.
Yeah.
if it is random, that tells us that they didn't need specific people or specific brains.
Could be
But
feeding.
could be feeding. Because they need the brains for some reason. They need people's brains. But what would need people's brains? And this is where it's frustrating, Carter the player, that Theodore does not know
What
that,
mind players?
that Ilferi is a zombie.
The worst still fairies done is eat fish heads.
Yeah,
That was
So
because they
far.
were rotten, not because they were heads.
so far. When you turn into a vampire finch and start pecking out people's brains through their soft palates,
Oh yeah, Philip said that you're a pigeon now because you eat garbage.
hey now, he could be a seagull.
I'm a beautiful parrot!
What about a cockatoo? Cockatoos eat garbage all the time.
Whatever this is, seems to do it cleanly. Ish. I mean, it doesn't bust their head open. It goes in through the mouth, just what it needs, and leaves.
Are all the reports hole in the soft palate
Mm-hmm.
out through the mouth?
Yep. No other injuries.
And are there any obvious tool marks on any of them?
Mm-mm. No other marks of any kind other than that. I guess the one other pattern might be that each of them like was alone when it happened.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, it must be strong too. Strong enough to force their jaw open to get whatever is,
Yeah.
whether it's some kind of creature with something or
Some kind
a
of
device of some kind.
yeah. Were all of them inside?
No, some were inside their home, some were found like in an alleyway.
So
Trying these out on the map, does there look to be any kind of pattern or rune that these make?
So if they started near the end of summer, does that mean that they started around the time, based on the timeline that we've gathered so far, the second group of people who left the temple? That's about the time that they would have gotten back, right?
The second group of people, from what you have on record, indicates they would have returned like somewhere in the 85th thereabouts. But there are records of this going back as early as the 45th.
Oh, okay. So if these are related, then this must have been caused by by the person with the stronger signal, the person we believe to be Zambria Meredith.
Run it by me again.
Looking at the dates here, if this is related to the events at the temple, the earliest ones came back, started happening too early for it to have been the return of Bergeron's experts. It had to be from the first group,
If
and
they're connected, then yeah.
which they may not be, but
Could be someone either
it seems unlikely that they aren't.
with something that makes them do this, or they brought something back with them.
Given the prevalence of the mind fuckery in everything that's been associated with the temple and with the beasts of Gideon. I would imagine that this would involve one of them.
Posture check.
Thanks, James. Whatever, one way or another, we've got to find Zambri and Meredith as soon as possible. But I can't track her in the city.
Where can you track her?
Anywhere there's less energy. Every time I've tried to have Koku look, I mean, you know the ritual. You can give it a shot. Maybe you'll have better luck. Koku is just finding a bunch of swirls. It's hard to follow anything.
Yeah, let me go ahead and do the ritual.
Okay. Are you guys back at the office by this point? Or are you just
probably.
doing this at the police station?
Actually, either one would make sense. What do you think?
I think I'm doing it at the police station. We should have done it back at the hotel.
We did do it back at the hotel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did. Theodore did it back at the hotel, but all we got was that there was, whatchamaffuckit energy, APET energy on everywhere in the room and mostly on Bergeron's body and the desk.
Given what he was dealing with, makes sense.
We didn't find anything. We didn't find anything in the desk that might have been. So it could have been the map, could have been the papers from the journals. There's a number of things it could have been.
So you guys are at the RHC office?
Yeah.
Okay. So you perform the ritual, look around, and there does not seem to be any APET energy here aside from what seems to be lingering on each other.
But it allows you to detect out to
A mile, I believe.
Yeah. So is he able to detect anything in the radius?
The map. There are some. You can smell some APET energy outside of the building, but there doesn't seem to be anything close by.
Okay. Which direction is it?
East.
Picking up on some to the east, but it's a ways out.
Well, it's better than what I've been able to find.
I want to get the others and look into it.
Yeah, once the Fairy and Nina get back, we'll head over.
Wait, I meant west.
Oh, west, like towards
East?
the park, right?
I thought you meant said west.
So, like, towards Park Right University?
Hardwhite University is also to the west.
Okay. Right. Noted.
Okay. I'll wait on them.
Roll a weight check.
Elfari and Mina come
Okay.
back.
We did it!
Yes.
Hey guys. What's up?
Whatever it is that has been taking brains needs the brains. The good news is, I don't think that they need specific brains.
That's good.
So, it's good news because I don't think that they are able to take information from them. But that could be wrong. It's hard to say.
Well, I mean, if they needed specific brains, we could figure out who they were going after and get them.
Yeah.
And maybe they were trying to use the information of the brains to blend in better.
Oh, I don't like that.
One way or the other, Jack was able to pick up on something. So, some more of the Apet energy. Somewhere over to the west. We should go check it out.
I was right. Brock did not get that gun from the moon.
No.
It simply became gold when he left the moon.
Interesting.
Other than that, riveting conversation with the lunatic.
That does reinforce the idea that it may be related to the ancient technology. Things turning to gold certainly does apply.
Mm-hmm.
Said he went to. I think he went to the what's it called? The Fae place.
Dreaming.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Huh?
The
Dreaming?
dreaming.
The dreaming. Yeah, I think he went to the dreaming, and then from there went through some sort of silver mirror.
And said he saw the world in the sky, so he had to be on the moon.
Is that how that works?
That's what he thinks.
Honestly, he's crazy, and a sky seer said he's gonna die, so we have that too. Well, Sky Seer said that we are going to stop his murder, so we have that to look forward to, I guess.
Oh, I was wondering. I was thinking that a prediction that someone is going to die seemed, I don't know, seemed like kind of a cheating prediction, don't you think? You will die someday.
I
You'll be
predict
murdered
that
someday.
you are going to breathe in.
And also out.
To the east!
I'm going to cast that Detect Planar Energies as well. I'll just cast it as a spell slot as we're going.
Sure. Alright, so you head out to the west. And you pick up a... As you're getting closer to, Hard White, I guess from where you are at the headquarters, there's like a trail heading back towards Hardwhite, and then away from it, down one street.
Let's go down that street. It's still daytime out, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
probably like afternoon, early afternoon by this point.
Gotcha.
I'm doing lots of
Seems
running around. You follow the trail, and it leads to a pretty nice part of town, and up through the back. It just like passes right through the back of a fence. And there's a pretty nice manor on that property.
Does it pass through a gate in the fence, or just like the middle of the fence?
Goes through the middle of the fence.
Touch the fence right there.
Okay. Feels like fence.
Is it solid?
Yeah.
Well, that's unfortunate.
I use the lens of truth.
Your magic meter is now depleted.
How tall is the fence?
How tall is the fence? 8 feet? With spikes on top?
What's it made of?
Iron.
Ew.
I mean, I look to the left and right. Do I see a gate somewhere?
Yeah, I mean, you guys are, like, situated at the back of the house.
Okay.
And there's not
Well.
a gate at the back of the house.
Let's go around to the front of the house.
All right. You go around to the front of the house and pass a plaque that says Saxby.
Of course.
That bitch. Guys, we cannot be here right now.
What? We need to investigate suspicious activities on
Of
behalf
course
of...
we do, but we cannot be here right now. She outranks us. She will kick our asses to the curb. We need other people in on this. We need to talk to Dolph before we go busting into here. We already
also
know
need to
someone
talk
shut us
to-
down.
the lieutenant guy that likes us. You know, the one that runs the RHC.
Yeah. I don't know how much I trust him. I
Hydrate.
trust Dolph.
Or second wrong.
I don't have any water.
How are you gonna hydrate?
Thank you,
that?
Dollar. I don't know that Price Hill likes us.
He was certainly nicer than Lady Inspectress.
Nicer than Zaxby ain't shit.
Oh, yeah. Reminds me.
I can only go with people who I know and trust right now. And I know her, but I don't fucking trust her. I know and trust Dolph.
Do you think she's eating people's brains?
I don't know, but I sure as hell am not gonna find out without anyone knowing where we are.
There's a wrinkle in this.
Okay.
There wasn't any APET energy in the RHC.
Do you think maybe she's in trouble?
If she were leaving trails of energy, it would be in the RHC.
Yeah, no, you're right. I think she might be in trouble, actually.
I think she
We
might
should
have
We should try to enter.
we shouldn't bust in,
No,
You're right.
we should knock.
but we should at least look in.
I'm sending
If
a
every-
message to Dolph.
Does Delph have one of the feathers?
I think so.
Did he?
Are they single use?
I thought you guys had you guys
I
had
don't
3 of
remember
them.
us giving.
Gail had one, and then Julius
That's right.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
Labrie
Never mind.
still has
Um,
one, I think.
We should check it out. If everything seems in order, we can.
What's our cover story? Because we cannot tell her why we're here.
We think that she might be in danger. Because I
that-
seriously think she's in danger.
Listen, I also think she's in danger. But if we tell her we think she's in danger, she's gonna think that she's in danger from us.
I think I may be able. If I go up alone, I may be able to convince her to social call.
That'll actually probably work.
I will have to go up alone, so I guess
I
keep
could
a close eye on me.
be a little bug in your, like, on your shoulder or something.
If you can fit in my pocket, that'll be good.
She can have words against that sort of thing.
I have no idea, but we've got to do something. If she is in danger, we need to act now.
Theodore, go alone. I hate saying it, but go alone.
I think that may be prudent. All right.
Okay, but we're gonna be right here, like, shout if there's any trouble.
Yes.
I'll send Koku out.
Yep.
Also shout. Loud noises help too.
All right. I think we have a plan. So go around to the front gate and see if we can get in.
Okay, there are 2 guards posted at the main entrance.
Okay. Well then, once we see the guards, the 3 of them are heading back and Theodore would go.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
State your business.
Pull out a badge. Constable Ilyich, do you know if the lady inspectress is home?
She's not.
I see. I appreciate it. Do you mind if... Damn it, we didn't...
didn't account for that.
Yeah.
People are
Is she currently at the office?
I
I
don't-
was hoping to discuss a social matter with her.
I'd imagine so.
Who are you? She doesn't have friends.
No, but she certainly does attend social functions because she's a politician.
Mhm.
All right. Well, thank you for your time, and I will go back around and regroup. Okay. Good news, bad news. Good news.
Okay.
Lady Inspector is not home.
That's good news.
It means she's not in danger.
Does it?
It
I mean, she's not secret from this.
means she's not in danger in here right now. Bad news. No idea how to get in. We should head back to the RHC, and I think we should head back to the RHC and see if the lady inspectress is there.
I really think something might be sitting here waiting for her.
Well, that's fine.
It's-
You can distract the shit out of her. But
If that is true, then she ought to still be at the office.
Why can't we tell her that we can, like, see a pet energy in her house?
because she does not like us. She does not trust us. She does not believe us.
Wouldn't she believe and act on her life? Like, wouldn't she be willing to at least, like, entertain the thought that maybe someone wants to kill her, and maybe we care about her life more than our petty grudge?
Listen, I actually don't. If she dies, my life gets so much easier. But it is my job to make sure that doesn't happen.
Quick note. Who was using the detect energy spells?
I was, and so was Tim.
Okay.
You guys can give me a perception check real quick.
Okay. 17.
that one.
Okay. Ilferi, one thing that you did notice about the trail is that there is a trail going and a trail leaving, and they seem about a day old.
A trail going and a trail leaving?
Mm-hmm.
You mean like coming and going?
Yes.
Sorry, I just making sure that it wasn't two separate trails. Okay. So they were here yesterday.
Yes, there is a trail leading up, and there is a trail leading back.
Okay. Whoever it was here yesterday. They came and left.
Can you see which way they went?
But both.
The same direction.
Yeah.
So they went back.
West.
The exact same path that they came here.
So they went back towards the east because we were following it to the west.
Yeah.
You at the RHC, you detected something off to the west.
Yep.
You found it and followed it to the east, where you found
Oh, okay.
Saxby's house.
We followed it to the east. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. And so the trail just heads back to the west.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess it would have been like southwest of the office. But...
Sure. Okay. Well, if this were an immediate issue with Saxby, the guards would have noticed. They would have noticed that she didn't leave the house this morning.
Unless there's a guard change and they thought that the other guards had already leave.
Fair. Still, I think we should try to follow this trail back where it came from.
Agreed.
I want to see what they were going in there for. Maybe they just got what they needed and left.
I do too, but without Saxby's permission, we're not going to get in there, I don't think.
still have Pass Without Trace. Yeah, I
I'm
do.
not breaking into Zaxby's house.
Yeah, that seems like a bad idea. At least until we. If we can confirm that Saxby is in danger, I'll be with you. Until then, I'm with Nina.
Alright.
Let's try to follow the trail the other way. I have a feeling it's going to lead us to a place of learning.
It leads you to a place of learning.
Fuck! I hate being right.
It leads you to Meredith's apartment.
Meredith Zambria?
Yeah.
Okay,
Zambria Meredith.
gotcha.
Yes, her last name sounds like a first name, and her first name sounds like a last name.
Weird.
This place is
So-
weird.
The only things we have left to do are to, if we want to go back to headquarters to check to make sure that Saxby is still there, or we can head to the docks and sniff around, see if we can find the trail getting on a boat.
Oh my
Because
God.
if Zambria has been taken to Bear, they'll have gone by boat.
Yeah, fair. We also need to talk to Kel. What the fuck was that note?
I'm not sure. And I'm...
Got bigger fish to fry right now.
I know we have bigger fish to fry and that you're safe at the moment, but like we cannot forget this.
No, we can't, but also, I'm not sure Kale wants to talk to us.
Why the fuck not? What did we ever do to him?
Isn't Kel the one who is working with the mayor?
Yes.
Yeah. What the fuck did we ever do to him?
Put his meal ticket.
Did the family.
Yeah, we did, and we put his meal ticket in jail.
Yeah. Okay. It's not my fault.
Give me a memory check.
Got it.
So,
I got a 12, I'm pretty sure.
I got a 15 on the die. I'm assuming it's intelligence.
That's what I was doing.
Alright. Oh, 14. Sorry. I have been forgetting my -1.
I got a 16.
5.
Jack, you remember when you were dealing with Kaja, she mentioned she was working with Kel.
Right.
Oh, I mean, I remember that. It even mentioned it in the note.
We've done plenty to piss off Cal,
The note said specifically, "Thank you for dealing with Kaja."
Yeah, I know.
which we did. So
But was
I'm just
that
gonna go fucking
sincere?
around.
No,
Probably not.
definitely not.
I say to the voice in the sky,
Shut up, Alan.
"You're not here!" We scream at God.
I don't think he's important. I think he's just trying to.
No,
Yes.
I'm not saying that it's like top tier. I'm saying that when we get back from all this shit, Kel needs to be on our list because if he's coming after Jack right now, he's probably gonna try everybody else, and eventually he will learn to make sure that we're in town when he tries to kill someone.
Agreed.
But I'm also worried that like he'll plant shit on my dad or stuff like that. Like he can't just be wild, running around all willy nilly.
That's a
He's
good point.
pissed at us, fine, but take it out on us. But not like that.
Luckily,
Fucking murder us.
we do know someone who can help. Someone
We
who
do.
likes us more than Kel and hates Kel almost as much as we do.
Fair.
Oh, that guy. I don't like that guy. You can talk to him.
Coffee.
I'll go talk to Cipriano. If you want to, if you three want to go ahead to the dock, see if you can figure out
Are we
if
not
they've left.
We need to check on sex.
on a boat, I'll give a theory of this. We should probably give her a heads up that someone might be after her.
That's good. Who wants to go talk to Saxby?
Sure, I'll do it. It should be you, but I'll do it.
I can talk to Cipriano. He and I like coffee.
All right.
Go with Mina.
I'll go with.
That makes sense. I will go talk to. Ilferi, you and Jack should both go check out the docks. 2 rituals, better chance than 1.
Yeah. You figure the box. I'm gonna go have coffee with Cipriano. You tell the lady inspectress that
What
we
am
are
I doing at the docks?
checking to see if the APET energy got on a boat and left.
Okay.
Secretly, Theodore wanted to talk to Cipriano because he thinks Cipriano's cute.
Well, you'll have to wait till next time.
Hold on.
Saxby doesn't like any of us, but maybe you a little bit.
That's 2 people that want to hit on Cipriano? Because I'm pretty sure that Mina hit on him before.
Mina hits on everybody. Thirsty.
He's not special.
She flirts with anyone she thinks that will help.
Mina, Jolene, Peacekeeper.
But
Jolene.
doesn't matter. It's fine.
All right. Whose scene are we doing first?
Let's do the people talking to Saxby.
That's me.
All right. Is that just you?
If we
Okay.
If we keep splitting the party, eventually Chris will have to split his mind into so many pieces that his alar will be too powerful and he'll destroy us all.
I was just about to say.
Alar?
Wise Man's Fear.
Yes, I understand.
Oh.
Name of the Wind. Killer
Oh,
Chronicles.
yeah. Okay. I
Anyway.
took a little bit.
Alright, so Zeodor, when you get back to the office, well, first thing is, you bump into, Viscount Inspector Nigel Price Hill. Prince Hill.
Price Hill, you had it right the first time.
Oh, I did?
Oh, you should have been doing the APET energy thing too. In case something was visiting her, right? Well, it's too late now, I guess.
Yeah, probably, but oh well. We looked at in the RHC earlier and we didn't see anything. Lord Viscount Inspector.
Is your, companion Jack around?
Not at the moment. He's on the other side of town as part of our investigation. We're following a few different leads at the moment.
Well, if, you run into him, tell him I'm looking for him.
Sure thing. What should I tell him it's about?
I was hoping that he'd, well, you probably all would do me the honor of joining a little shindig that's going down later tonight.
Party at this time?
Well, I mean, we certainly couldn't refuse an invitation from the
Great,
Lord
so we'll
Viscount
see you at
Inspector.
the Governor's Manor at, 8?
I will endeavor to inform everyone as such, yes.
Ah, fantastic. Walks off to do important things.
Business. Business.
Okay, I'm going to go to Saxby's office.
Alright.
Knock, knock.
Yes!
Open the door. Lady inspectors.
Yes. Inspector Theodore. Ilyich. Ilya?
Ilyich, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Zeidor Denia Ilyich. Ma'am, in the course of our investigation, we found evidence indicating that one of our suspects may have visited your home.
She kind of narrows her eyes for a moment. I don't know anything about it.
I'm sure you don't. They went in through the back. We suspect that they may have been there without your knowledge. Did you notice anything missing this morning?
No.
Your brain.
No, she never had.
All the same, ma'am, we believe it may be in your best interest to increase security, particularly around the back of your home.
I'll assure you that I have the most proficient men watching my home. Thank you.
Of course, Lady Inspectress. And then I will leave. Who still has feathers? Communication feathers?
All three of our groups do. So,
Who does not
Mina
have one?
and Jack.
Mina and Jack have them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who does not have one?
Still fairy.
Oh.
Okay, so Theodore is going to send a message to I'll send the message to Jack since the docks are physically closer. So send the message to Jack. Saxby is secured. We have been invited to a party by the Viscount Inspector. We need to be at the governor's mansion at 8.
Okay.
Inform Mina.
Cut over to Jack, sends that message off to me, and that's your little fairy. Looks like we're going to a party tonight.
Really?
Well,
In this economy?
I was just gonna cut to Jack for the scene of what they're doing, but
I like cutting to Jack, hearing the message, sending it off to Mina, and then we do their scene, and then we can cut to Mina on her getting the message.
Yeah, that's what I thought we were doing.
Yeah, we get to like tie it all together. It's a nice little weaving thing.
Yeah.
so Jack, are you alone? Or you're with Hill Ferry, right?
Yeah.
All right. So you both head down to the docks. You've got the ritual going. You're sniffing around for anything that smells apetty. Docks district. I have something. I think. Ah, all right. So you sense some energies coming through the dock area. There seems to be just one trail that leads down from. It's hard to tell exactly where, but heads down from the city, and then goes about the docks, meandering a little bit, and then down one dock in particular, and then you can see it like going off to sea.
Cool.
That confirms that.
Somebody that looks like they work at the docks. Hey, what boat was docked at this spot?
I think it were the Dagger.
You know where it was going?
Nay.
Fair enough. We'll go see the harbor master.
How fast be that ship?
It be a good one. pretty. It's be a smaller vessel, but well built.
You may be, or we may be needing a faster ship to catch up to it. Keep an eye out for me.
Aye.
Arr.
Arr.
There's a pirate conspiracy in town.
And everyone's invited.
We'll go see the harbor master's office.
All right. Harbor master's office.
Walk in. Excuse me, sir. We're with the constabulary. We're looking into a ship that recently left called the Dagger. Would you happen to have down where it was heading?
Arr, I be the harbor master. Nay, that be a private vessel. We don't have records on outgoing private vessels.
Know anyone who would?
Nay.
I be having a hunch on where it be going, Jack.
They
Dude, I just
might have records on who owns it, though, right?
know who owns it.
You're not there.
I mean, Carter is everywhere.
What
That
do
was
you
not the
know about the
source.
Dagger?
Yeah, we just had a weird, like,
How big is it? What are its capabilities?
It was just the metagame of Pigeon, it's
They
fine.
pull a document. It's pretty brief. Dagger. It is licensed to one.
Licensed to Nunya, Port of Origin Business.
What? On. I'm all confused. Sorry.
It's licensed to Azra Beaverall for some reason.
Ask for me.
The ship is Azra Beaverall.
He's just in the water.
He's the fucking Hasselhoff from SpongeBob.
Oh. It's licensed to one Jack Glassmaker.
on a glassmaker be sailing the seas. It seems like glass needs a lot of heat. You don't really want fire around wood.
Girl's fairy could be his father, grandfather.
I don't know.
Glassmaker was my father.
And I think that's a smaller.
Like a shooter.
Or a clipper.
Ah, a cutter.
Oh. We're in trouble.
It's a dagger. dagger cutter. Makes sense.
Could have been a clipper. Either way, fast ship.
Need you be needing anything else?
I think I'll be up for now, sir. Have a good day.
Yar.
Jack, the ball of wind approaches you, and you hear Theodore's voice saying,
Harder.
We already did this bit.
And I send it on to Mina.
Alright, Mina was going to do what again? Oh, okay.
Steve Cipiano can help us with Cal.
You go to the
What time of day is it?
afternoon.
Okay, like 4 or 5?
3 or 4.
4? Okay.
You go to the cobbler shop where Cipiano told you which was the best way to get in contact with him. And there's a man there who has a name. But I wrote this sheet of paper over here.
You said the ship was a cutter, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Dozy Messini.
Dozy. Hey, Dozy.
Welcome. Need you be
was it
needing
Bob?
any shoes?
Less with the shoes, more with the chatting with your boss if we have a if he has a.
Nobody ever needs shoes.
Nobody ever needs a shoes. He's not in at the moment, but I can take a message if you like.
Alright, do you know the earliest possible time he'd be available, or is that something that has to go through channel?
I don't have the information right now.
Fine. So, Mina would like to speak to him. Well, Mina, or Theodore, or Jack, or Fairy. When he has a minute, we'd like to speak to him. Cal's giving us some serious trouble. And we don't need that shit in our lives right now. So anything he could do to help would be much appreciated.
No problemo. I'll let him know.
Thank you.
And you get a ball of wind. Telling you.
Party at the governor's mansion tonight. We're also there.
Shit! Hey, Dozy, about shoes?
Yes?
Apparently I need to look nice in like a few hours and I don't have time to run home.
I didn't realize this episode was gonna end with Dozy doing a jump freeze frame. Standing on the wings of my dream.
I mean, do you want to knock out Governor's party, or do you want to start with that next time?
Start with that next time.
I think, yeah, I think that's probably the safer
Way
bet.
more than 20 minutes to work through that room.
Yeah.
It'd take more than 20 minutes to describe your outfit.
Oh, you have no idea. I do in fact plan on spending money on shoes and any, like, in the area, she's gonna be getting a whole outfit.
Oh yeah, speaking of money, you guys did get a stipend when you returned.
Oh boy.
Or a paycheck or whatever the fuck.
How much?
12 gold.
There's a note saying, sorry, there have been some cutbacks.
Great.
And you get an amount of gold that it says on this page. 250.
A piece?
Yeah.
Yeah, Theodore's gonna have to stop spending money. In a couple of levels, I'm gonna have to spend 3,000 something gold just on basically on
Goku.
just on stuff for me to level up,
Oh yeah.
like
Magic
just on class
armor.
features. Yeah, that's a big chunk of it.
What is that from?
It's from the it's from my artificer subclass. The armor.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, I thought it was from. You said prestige class or subclass.
This is for my subclass. Though I'm also going to need to spend money on that prestige class. There's a lot of money Theodore needs to spend on leveling up, so I'm kind of going to have to stop spending money for a while.
If there's anything from Zeitgeist that needs to be adjusted because of what we discussed, let me know.
Don't think so. Oh, I'll see. It might be for the words prestige class.
Okay. But like I said, you guys will still be getting a fair amount of gold, even with the adjustment. It's just now you won't be able to
Buy a whole navy.
a city.
No.
Yeah.
Guys, I solved our problems. I hired an army.
I was looking at boat prices because I think you mentioned that we would be buying boats. And actually, the cutter is the fastest, but pretty much all boats move about the same speed, unless you're going for like a long boat.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Well, that will do it for tonight. I'll have to see how bad this upload is overall. I might have to just edit it together for the YouTube update or upload. So if you missed any of it, be sure to check out our YouTube channel. Sorry about the technical issues tonight, but hopefully we'll have a full version up on there within the next day or two. Other than that, I think everything's pretty much back to normal now. Assuming I don't have any more power outages, I should be back to Paper Mario on Thursday. Anyone else?
Which one?
I'm just gonna stick with Thousand Year Door because I've been enjoying it, and I just got to Rock
Yeah.
Hawk, which is like the best part.
Yeah!
Yeah.
That's what I named my Halucha after.
Yeah, go ahead and play.
Anyone else got anything to pimp?
Nothing crazy, I don't think. Life's pretty still stressful. We are going to come back and do story time again someday once things cool off and
Eventually.
Once I quit my job.
Fair enough. All right.
Yeah,
well,
that
we'll be
Maybe
back.
not to be a pirate again.
Darby and I have a stream planned, but we're working out logistics for it. So be excited for that in the future.
I am excited. And Avani might be doing a Story of Seasons at some point in the near future as well.
Yeah, she said not this week.
podcast. Again.
But we'll be back next Tuesday with more Zeitgeist. Same Kraken channel, same Kraken place, same Kraken time, same Kraken network, same Kraken shit. Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.